Millions who are watching.
Well, I appreciate that. I had a chance to talk to the Belgian Prime Minister early this morning, right after the explosion had happened. And this is just one more example of why the entire world has to unite against these terrorists. The notion that any political agenda would justify the killing of innocent people like this is something that's beyond the pale. We are going to continue with the over 60 nations that are pounding ISIL and going to go after them. In the meantime, obviously, our thoughts and prayers are with those who've been lost and hoping for a speedy recovery for those who've been injured.
Understand. What would you say your experience has been like here for 72 hours, given the goals that you had?
Well, for 50 years, we had no contact with this country, and it was not serving our ultimate goal, which is freedom and opportunity for the Cuban people. And we initiated a new policy of engagement, not out of naivete. We understand that the government here continues to control all aspects of life, that individual freedoms continue to be curtailed, but our belief is that if you've got more Americans traveling, if you've got more commerce, if you've got more interaction, if our ideas and our culture is penetrating this society, that over time that gives us more leverage to advocate for the values that we care about. And obviously the Cuban American community is such a central part of the American experience. We consulted a lot with Cuban Americans before we initiated this change. There's a debate within the community as to whether this is appropriate or not, because there's still a lot of anger and frustration about the history of what the Cuban exiles experienced. But my view has been that if you do something for 50 years and it doesn't work, you've got to try something else. And we're going to continue, as we saw yesterday at the press conference and in my speech today, to amplify our concerns about human rights, about people who are being arbitrarily detained or harassed just for speaking their minds or expressing their political views. But this now gives us more leverage and a greater platform to advocate for the things.
Would you say then there's momentum for what you're doing based on what you've experienced here?